Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to be playing another round of co-op on brutal difficulty with Fenix. Just real quick here, I'll show off my masteries again. Same as last video, so if you looked at them then, nothing new here. And that's pretty much it, so let's get to the game. Alright, so looks like this map is going to be Chain of Ascension. The way this one works is we start at the top left of the map. There's a hero that we have to push with to the right, bottom right of the map. Along the way, we'll have to do a few little mini bosses. It's a relatively challenging mission. Probably in like the top 10 for difficulty or something. Not super hard, not super easy. This is kind of in between. Anyway, so my ally is going to be Kerrigan. So she's actually one of the better heroes in this game. So Fenix plus Kerrigan, this should be a relatively easy match. So just once again, at the start of the game, make sure you make as many probes as possible. And if you don't have the additional 20 supply like I do, just make sure you get a pylon down slightly below you're about to, well, just slightly before you're about to get capped. Alright, that's about the right time to make that first pylon for a couple of gateways. That looks about right. And then I'll also, yeah, I'll place one more pylon. I'll place the other one up here. Should be decent. Alright, send down another probe. And just kind of like last game, make two gateways. Pretty solid, just building strategy early on, because that's roughly what you need to utilize your income. And I'm also going to go ahead and make a assimilator here, along with a forge and a cybernetics core. Unlike last time, I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I haven't decided if I'll hold off on the Twilight Council yet. Based on the amount of minerals that I have, I mean, it doesn't matter too much either way. Alright, so I'm gonna allocate 3 probes to gas, and yeah, I think I'll have enough to make this Twilight Council. And by enough, I just mean have enough minerals that by the time these complete, I'll be able to immediately train 2 Legionnaires. I'm also going to send them down there. There we go. And then once, I'm going to immediately research Warp Gate, since that's obviously very important. And then next up will either be Shields or Observation Protocol, just kind of depending. You don't actually need Observation Protocol that early, but I like to get it nice and early just so I don't have to worry about not having it later on. Let's see here. Okay. Now it's time to get up one more assimilator here, and then just keep spamming probes.
Only one army? That is not enough. Both of your armies must stand together to offer their support.
Yeah, I'll just wait and get the shields.
To support their champion.
Alright. So that's actually completely fine. I'm about to get attacked, but this is a level where the units don't come until your hero is ready. So basically, completely trivial. Like, just watch this. And there we go. That's pretty much the whole wave. Like, when you get the hero at the time of the first wave, the waves are just so trivial. But yeah, so with that out of the way, actually, you know what, let me convert these over to warp gates real quick. And then after that, I'll warp into Zealots. So I don't really care about pushing this, but it looks like my ally wants to, so I'll just use my super wimpy Zealot, and then I'm going to start destroying the enemies at my Nexus. And I'm going to create one, what are they called again? Conservators, and 1 Legionnaire. I'm going to activate my Q here to get a little stun in the region, and it's also time to send a couple of probes down. And then looks like my ally might need a little bit of help there, and also time to allocate a couple of probes. Alright, let's just go ahead and destroy these guys, and I'll take out these 2 photon cannons, and then I think I'll just retreat my units a bit. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to Solarite Dragoon suit so that I can start to get some energy regenerating on the alternative suit. And I'm also going to create a few more pylons over here at the base to uncap my food supply. Alright. And now I'll go help out my ally. Okay. So this is definitely a scenario where you want to use your ultimate ability. Just try to center yourself so you can hit all the units at the same time. On this level, I find that's pretty necessary, or else you just end up getting too time constrained for to get back to here. But as long as you use your ultimate, it's actually not too bad. Going to add this to the control group here, and I'm also going to set up 3 pylons to get a nice grid going. Alright, switch over to this suit so that the other 2 can recharge. And let's research Taldalis, or just Taldus, or Talis. And also start to research the invis detection, and put these onto some control groups. Alright. So now that this is done, I'm going to send over all the spare probes I've made. That's too many, I think. Let's see here. Let's start. And then 5 more. Alright, that's about right. So let's see, what is it getting me up to? I have, so that would be 19, alright, let's see here. So that would be 22 probes, that's already surplus, so I'll send this guy back up and make sure I'm not building any more probes. Oh, too late. Alright, so it looks like I have 1 extra probe, not too big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and reallocate the chrono boost onto these structures and help up my ally with pushing. Okay, so let's warp in another one of these, and I also need to make more gateways.
It seems Amon's lackeys are moving toward their champion. Intercept them.
Enemy forces incoming. Slay them to the last.
Add these all to the control group here, and also make a couple of range guys. The range units are important for getting a snowball going on in a little bit. Alright, now that the ground suit's back up to full charge, I'll probably convert back over to ground. Also, I'll leave one well, probably not the best choice, but I'll leave one conservator over there to keep the hero progressing. Also, some free minerals, thanks to my ally's ability.
These lumbering elementals have always irritated me.
Oh, there we go. So I do need the cloak. Is it finished researching? No, just starting. Alright, that's annoying. In that case, I'll have to take him out with this. And now that we have some more gateways going, we can finally get some decent unit production. Looks like we're being attacked over here. Not quite enough. Get one more. Alright, there we go. So after we finish this, I'm going to go head over to do the bonus, but you actually have a fair amount of time on that, so there's not too much of a rush. Okay, so let's create 4 of these and 4 Legionnaires. And I'm also going to activate my 35% damage reduction shield. For the most part, since Kerrigan used your ultimate ability, it freezes most units with the exception of heroics. So basically everything but the bosses, or yeah, like mini bosses are frozen. Okay. Let me also, no, I already researched that. Okay. All right, so with that done, I guess I'll clean these out because my units are already almost done. And then I'm going to head back over here and let's see here. Okay, some more ranged units. On this level, ranged units are quite important because the bonuses are air units only, so your melees will be kind of useless. Alright, based on my allies' lack of response, I'm just going... Sure. Okay. Alright, looks like he's doing it. See, that was vague, because sure could mean sure you should do it, or sure I will do it. But oh well. So enemies right there preventing the push. That's actually fine though, because I think the little mini bosses are triggered based on distance. Could be wrong on that, but I think it's distance and duration of the map. So by waiting, it actually gives my ally more time to do the bonus. Plus it gives me more time to create some units, which is nice as well. Alright, so let's get another level of air defense here. And now I'm going to create a few more pylons, and then I'm going to set up my stargates. should be it for what I need from there.
Amusing. One of your warriors is trapped in the elemental's cocoon.
And then I'll also place my fleet beacon here and a robotics bay here. Actually, no, I'll place the robotics bay elsewhere, but I will place this right here. And then I'll place the robotics bay down here and the stargates over here. Alright, cool. So since all the researches from the Twilight Council have been done, I'm just going to replace the fleet beacon with that. I'm also going to set the robotics facility onto Control 7 and these onto Control 3. Okay. Man, it is taking him a long time. Holy cow. I'll send over my hero here just to slightly expedite this. I haven't actually seen anyone be this slow doing this mission. Oh, that was unfortunate. Okay. Need to switch units. The circle isn't actually entirely accurate, which is slightly problematic. Okay, kill these. And then I'll send my melee guy over here. Okay. Also, it's a decent time to get like a few more conservators just as a backup. And with that, we can push forward in a moment. Start to get a couple of these. It looks like I need 3 more pylons.
Is there no end to this elemental vermin? Crush this one if you can spare the warriors to do so.
And I'm going to research the Graviton Catapult. That is a very important one. Makes your carriers much more powerful. Okay, I guess I'll go do the second bonus myself. It will require pushing through a couple of units here, but it's not too big of a deal. Activate my defensive bubble. Alright, I'm going to retreat for a second. Looks like my base is under attack by 1. Okay, that's not a big deal. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, let me work this guy over. Should be able to get rid of this wave in a couple of seconds. Alright. So with that done, we've now kind of reached the second checkpoint. Let me go ahead and make a couple more conservators here. Unfortunately, I ended up losing most of my gas. And even though I lost a lot of minerals due to inefficient unit usage, the minerals are actually... The gas to mineral balance in this game is just terrible. Because basically, if you're not just constantly suiciding your army, you'll always have a surplus of minerals and an insufficient amount of gas. So, but yeah. Alright, I'm gonna help out my ally over here. And... Alright, so if a wave is about to attack the base, I think I'll just have to allow my ally to take a minor amount of damage, and then I'll warp my units back. Alright, let me just warp up here now. And with that, recall. And I'll also cloak these in case they don't have a detector. Actually, it looks like they don't. Alright. A couple more carriers queued up. And let's make another batch of legionnaires. Sounds like we got some invis units attacking over here. Fenix will be here shortly, though. Here it is. Alright, if he wants to do the bonus, that's fine. Okay.
The enemy's biomass will provide us resources.
Hopefully he doesn't whiff it this time. Alright.
It seems the enemy has established fortifications on the path to the pit. Be prepared to set them ablaze.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll just show off this super carrier's abilities while I wait for my ally to wrap that up. So the super carrier, also known as Clolarian, is he has the ability to create interdictors, which are bombing units. They're extra powerful against ground. And he also gets access to essentially a void ray weapon called the Solar Beam, and that does 11 to 18 damage per 0.41 seconds, and it increases in damage, much like the void ray if you're on a single target. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to... I'll send this guy over here. Wow, this is unbelievable. How does this guy... should have just gone with him initially. It's honestly pathetic. Oh, man. Okay. What is this pathing? Okay, let me just... I had assumed they would all go around the left. That's my error. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright. And with this, there's only actually like 2 things left. Basically, there's one more mini boss right up here that we'll have to do, and then we can just push and win the game. Okay, set this up. And actually, you know what? Due to my limited supply, I'm just going to use the spare supply I have on a carrier. And move my units a little closer over here.
It's time to assimilate some resources. I've got the enemy. Let's kill them.
Pretty far back. Yeah, generally when you notice when you have a large supply drop, at least in my case, this basically just means your meat shield zealots have all died, and you just need to replenish them. Of course, you can also just replace them with other things, and that'll work fine as well. So these are force field sentries, the regular versions, so they like to block the ramp here, which makes it slightly hard to push up. Let's go ahead and kill these. Also sounds like there's quite a few Dark Templars attacking me. Also cloak my units for fun, but basically all these guys are detectors, so it's not really doing anything. And with that, that is basically it for this map. Alright. Yeah, as I said, in comparison to the previous map's bonus, basically everything in this map is pretty trivial. Let's just get my ally to move some units over here and get a quick, kind of average victory. One thing to keep in mind that I somewhat recently discovered, and by recently I mean like a year ago, is that Brutal is really efficient for EXP. Not only because you get a larger EXP bonus, but also because the game is set on a faster speed. So it means you're able to complete more times in a shorter period of... more rounds in a shorter period of time. Because, for example, the timer on my recording, excluding the load screen, is probably about like 17 minutes, but the in-game time said 25 minutes. So basically, I'm 8 minutes ahead of time because I played on Brutal. So anyway, yeah, that's basically it. Easy map, full EXP, of course, and I get the first win of the day bonus, I think. Yes, I don't. It must be based on like a 24-hour period. Anyway, so let's just look at the stats for fun here. 35,000 versus 29,000. See, these stats are always kind of weird because they have these stats that your opponent obviously can't get any points for. Assimilated resources collected. Surprisingly, I somehow ended up with almost the same amount. Not really sure how that worked out. I produced a few less units, but I killed 50% more units. Alright, so that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.